Guys, just checking you can still hear me. Guys, let me know in the chat if you can still hear me. I pressed the wrong button there. So let's see where we're at. Fiona, are you still with us? Fiona, are you there?
Yes, sorry. For some reason I dropped out.
No, totally, it was me. It was totally me. I totally pressed the wrong button. I'm trying to bring Serena back because she was giving amazing content and value.
Yes, I was writing like crazy.
I am sure you were.
And I actually had a question for her too.
What was your question?
My question to Serena was what she felt about incorporating my blog into my coaching site.
Absolutely. So I'm firstly I'm bringing Serena back in, but let me answer that as well. Yes, absolutely yes. Because you're doubling up on your content, you're doubling up on your SEO. Serena, you with us?
Sorry, I just cut out.
No, it was Serena.
So did
I pressed the wrong button and got rid of it. So sorry about that. So Fiona, do you want to ask your question again, and then we're going to move on to somebody else? Go.
Yes, Serena, I'm in the process of trying to figure out how to combine my blog with my coaching site. Do you have any ideas or recommendations there?
Yeah, look, it's pretty tough. I've got clients who have made their WordPress look like their site, but normally I would, yeah, because you've already built this other site. What CMS have you built your site in?
My partner does all that, so I have no idea what you just said.
WordPress.
So you've got your blog in WordPress, but what is your other site written?
WordPress.
Like, what is it in?
They're both WordPress sites.
They're both WordPress. Oh,
yes.
Okay. Well, in that case, I mean, is there any reason why you would have two sites?
No, and I've only just come to this realization probably in the last couple of weeks because there's anyway, there's a link obviously on my site that gives you very, very brief text on my blog, and then I thought, well, hang on a minute, I'm targeting the same audience, so it kind of seems pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's the same audience and they're both WordPress, I would choose which site is more appropriate for your business and then move all the blog posts over to that one so that you're getting all the SEO juice in your main site.
Yeah.
I have 3 different sites, but because they're completely different topics, and that's a nightmare, but it's necessary.
Yes.
Whereas if yours are the same topic, you don't need more than one site.
Yep. So I'm just trying to get my head around how to do that, but anyway, that's another conversation.
Cool.
But Serena, you can't you? You can just pull the content from one WordPress site into another, essentially, can't you? And build the sort of content around that that adds value to the Google SEO, correct?
Definitely. Like I would, I've never actually heard of from WordPress site, but it would be an easy swap because it's all the same content management system. So you could just have someone move them over. I would just refresh them and make sure they're all clean and look at them from a fresh perspective for SEO and headings and so on. And yeah, just move them straight over. You can redate them as well, so you can re-release them over time. And but yeah, so don't waste any of the content you've already produced.
No, that wasn't my plan.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Fiona. I'm glad that's helped you. All good?
Definitely.
All happy?
Absolutely. No, thank you again to you both.
No worries. Thank you so much. I'm just going to, horribly, Fiona, I have to eject you. But thank you so much, and we'll bring somebody else in. And Fiona, contact me on Facebook, and we'll set up another conversation between you and I.
Absolutely. No, thanks again, guys.
Take care. Awesome, guys. So, thank you so much, guys, that you've been adding your input in chat. Lillian's saying she can't hear us. I don't know why, Lillian. Maybe refresh. I'm just going to try and bring you. Ah, Lillian, why? Hmm. So Lillian, I'm trying to bring you in, but Lillian, have you got video? I don't think you've got video, right? On my screen it says off air. Lillian, do you want to refresh your screen? Andrew D joined us. Lillian, if you just try and refresh your screen, let me know how that goes. Hello, Andrew. How are you?
I think I'm in now, Mark. I'm not bad at all. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm amazing, thank you. How can we help you? You're in the UK, right? So it's what, 8, 9, 10, 12?
It's actually just after 11 a.m.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right. Just 1 second, please, Mark. Yeah, what it was, Mark, and do you know what? I might lose my PC because it's just a big warning has just come up and said losing the graphics card, so I don't need that right now. But what I was going to say there was regarding building relationships on Facebook. What I've tended to find is that you can sort of build that relationship with people and you can sort of get going with it. And I found some of the work we did in the initial stages, worked really well. There was a massive response. But how do you build on that again? Because people that, for example, I'm a psychic, so I say free reading available, go to here, click on here, sign up for this mailing list. And you do it again. And there was a couple of times where I just had no response at all. And yet my likes have gone since we first spoke a couple of months back from 300 to just close to 1,000 likes. So I thought, well, surely more people must be seeing this. And I know each people look, it's around about 250, 300 people look at each post because you can see what it says there, I've seen this post. But the interaction sometimes is zero, and it's okay. I've heard some of all the good stuff that everybody's asked, and some of the good stuff Serena's come up with, about upsells and building on from books, and then people come to her. But it's how do you get through that glass ceiling that you can see where you need to be. And in my field, in this country especially, I'm going to say there's a couple of maybe 4 or 5 big names in this country, and they seem to hog the market, and it must be the same in the coaching market. There's a few big wigs out there. They all got that, not 100% of the business, and there's other people who are just as good, just cannot break through that ceiling and even get the name known. Yeah, go on.
Let me ask you a few questions. How do you build a relationship with people that have already registered to your database? Is there an ongoing relationship that you build?
Yeah, for example, if people have registered and people come up. Now, the database, it goes into MailChimp, so I send out regular newsletters. But the one via Facebook, if I put something on there on my Facebook page and people comment, I always come back to it, or I might make it a little bit more personal. So, for example, if I said, what nice thing did you do for somebody today? And people come back with 10 things. I won't just say like, I'll go back and I'll mention their name and say, do you know what? This happened not so long back to me and it produced amazing results. So I'll try and build on that, but you need that feedback to get the build build in there.
Yeah. Okay. So firstly, I mean, obviously, your work. Just so everybody listening and watching knows that you're a medium. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you do live events. So it's one to many approach. Is that correct?
Yeah, it varies either one-to-one via Skype, and that works just as well, or to an audience. But the thing is with the audience, you have to go and hire a venue, you've got the marketing, so we can do this side, and I want to build, which we're already discussing, in building the Skype side up, so that people come to me. But once you're out on the road, it can cost you X amount to hire a venue and do all the rest of it. And then you've got to rely on the ticket sales. And if you get 10 people turn up, or you get 1,000 people turn up, it's like any side of the business, it swings and roundabouts. You're always going to have that balance. But
Sorry, Andrew.
Sorry, I lost you there.
basically, I'd be looking at how do you build a relationship with the people on your database in the long term. And I know you say that you email them in terms of events and stuff, but what are you teaching them? Now you can position yourself as an authority, and we've mentioned before in terms of the membership site side of things. But how can you? What is it you're teaching them? Are you just giving them that experience of a mediumship, or are you giving them the experience of learning the tools and the awakening of the tools within them that enables them to speak to the other side too, and so you can educate them and develop that relationship with them through that sort of emails that you send out.
Yeah. So I mean, essentially what you're touching on there is workshops, or passing on the knowledge, aren't you?
Passing on the knowledge, but how do you start that from day one? So if you did a workshop, for example, and everybody, please kind of listen to this, that if you were doing a workshop, now lots of people, and it drives me insane, lots of people have the workshop or the seminar, and that's what they promote on Facebook through Facebook ads or Facebook page, but we know that Facebook page reaches like 16%, I think it's somewhere in that figure, of the actual likes. And people pay for Facebook ads. And essentially, I very much say that it's very much like asking a girl you've dated or asking somebody that you've dated on the first night to sleep with them that night. Like, that you're asking them to give money, and they don't know you. They don't know who you are. They don't know what you do. They don't know what you're about. And so the bounce rate is huge, and the conversion is small. But so you very much, you have your newsletter and you tell them about events, but you will have people on that newsletter who are not in London when your event's in London. They're in Manchester, or they're in wherever. Yeah. And you've built that relationship with them. So how can you capitalize on that relationship? What is it that they want? What is it that you've awakened them to? That you can provide this weekly kind of communication and conversation with, that endears them to us. Otherwise, you're talking about London, and they don't care. They're not, so they don't open it, or they're not interested, and suddenly they drop off. How can you build that ongoing relationship with them, and for what end product purpose?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does, Mark, and we've talked about the alternative. In fact, I'll put that up here actually. The alternative website it's going to be finished in the next week, and that's going to be my landing page. We've spoken about the Google Hangouts we're going to do, and I know we're going to speak privately on Monday as well. Tuesday, I think I've asked you about next week actually, so I've dropped you an email about that. So that's all in the pipeline for September. Let's get August out of the way here, the summer holidays in the UK. Yeah. So you're right there in, people can come and see me work like they are now. They can come initially and see it for free, and then hopefully we'll turn those people, like you said, into paying customers. I've got the membership site all set up on my website. So yeah, it's right, but I was just hoping that other people who maybe have been in this seat could, comment on it as well.
And it's what is that product range, and it's thinking about being creative about what that product range is, especially for you when it is that one-to group in terms of the event, and what else can you do afterwards that plugs in terms of creating that passive income. I'm going to put, if Serena's still here, Serena on the hot seat. Everybody knows how much I value Serena. I don't know whether Serena's worked in this environment with mediums before, but we're going to chuck her in. Any thoughts, Serena?
Yes. What are you doing to get your message out there right now? Like, how are people getting to know you online in the mass media?
Right, okay. Probably limited, actually, Serena, and thank you for your time. Initially, it starts off, with the Facebook page. It was Twitter, my own website. But I actually do go off to the UK. The damn site's smaller than Australia, but I do go out on the road. But what I haven't got, even though I do flog it and I do tell people, I want people who see me on the road to have that follow-up and say, do you know what, I'm going to get in touch with Andrew. I'm going to, find out more about what he does, or maybe pay for private readings or whatever. So people are seeing me, anything up to 100 people at any one time. And even though I get positive feedback afterwards, and people go on my website and leave testimonials, or even go back onto Facebook and share my website and say, "Great guy, saw him last week." There's not that investment or the buying into it. So I sort of need that proliferation from what I'm doing on the road and on the internet and via the local media as well. But that's the glass roof that I'm trying to get through.
Yep. What I think is missing is you sharing your skills in a way that people can access it immediately. Like, if, for example, if you had a challenge which was to record a Skype session that you did with someone once a week for a whole year and publish that on YouTube, like, that would be fascinating to watch. That would have anyone who, people would get to, you might decide, okay, well, I won't do that with my paid clients, or you might have people who are willing. You might do it with one free client a week just for the publicity side of things. So people can see your style, they can see the reaction. You can have two-way Skype recordings so that they can see you and they can see the reaction of the person, the emotion, like what happens as a result of your session. And I mean, that would be incredibly powerful, and anyone who was uncertain of whether, I think working with a medium, and I guess, in my opinion, would entirely depend on the medium, because I'm imagining that it's so important that they like you and that they trust you in that regard. And so having that ability to see how you work and to see you working personally one-on-one and seeing that you care for your clients and seeing that how you work through a process, and then seeing the client's emotion as they get what it is that you give, I think that would be the most powerful way you can share your skills. It would be amazing publicity.
You're not wrong there at all, Serena. And what I do, I record a lot of my readings that I do via Skype. They're recorded as this session is. But you've got to also understand that, for some people there's a lot of emotion involved. For other people, they might not want to be seen by the whole world, because to them it's a private experience. So, and that's why they came for the private one-to-one. So, yeah, I suppose if I get the right people who are quite happy to see it go out there, you're not wrong, and people will see me how I'm working. And I'm hoping, Mark, with the Google Hangouts, with the gallery readings, that people will see it from that perspective as well. So I think that sort of dovetails in quite nicely.
And so, Serena, this really kind of, and everybody kind of in chat, that this really, I've worked with Andrew on a one-to-one basis, and we've created this concept called the room next door, which is essentially exactly what we're doing now, guys. But people can come in on a webinar on a one-to-one basis that everybody else is watching in order for that one-to-one reading to take place. So the world watchers. And obviously it's people that we've kind of chatted to beforehand, and there's kind of that process that we've been through. But it's opening up Andrew's world and who he is and what he is in a way that currently isn't taking place online right now. And already we've got interest with journalists in the UK, and Andrew will talk about that next week. But it's spot on, totally spot on. So what ideas can you come up with that takes it to that next level, that allows, again, Serena said this earlier, and it's totally my belief that this authority, this credibility, that we have these websites, and this kind of one-to-one, this reading, this tech stuff, but how can anybody, each one of you, how can you let the public into your world and what you do in such a deeper way that they absolutely, absolutely love you and therefore convert as a result?
Can I just mention something on that as well? Sorry, Serena.
No, go for it.
Just, do you know what, Mark? Just one thing when I said about there's, like I said, a handful of people in this country who've got the market share, the lion's share of what people. And one of the very first things I remember saying to you when you said, "What is your unique selling point?" And we can all say, oh, well, aren't we all authentic? But I get so many people coming to me, and there was a lady who was an usher in a theatre last week, and she said, "Andrew," she said, "I've seen some people working here," and she said, "You're the real deal." And that's what I want to come across, because there's so many people out there. I am talking tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, per show that they're taking, and people coming out and saying, "What a load of old toffee," and people come to me and say, do you know what, loved it, I'm going to tell people all about you. But I'm waiting for them to go boom, and they tell everybody, and everybody comes in. So yeah, it's a development thing. But there are people out there taking people's money, and to me, they are not doing what it says on the tin. You know, they're saying, yes, I'm a medium, yes, I'm a psychic, and I know some people I know of are feeling shortchanged, which is what I'm trying to change. I'm trying to turn that concept around, that we're not out there to fleece people and just take their money off them and make a quick buck.
And look, there's no difference in terms of, you know, the majority of people who are watching and involved today are coaches. There's absolutely no difference. There's people out there that will take money, grab it, you know, there won't be much change, and they'll go on to the next. And I'm totally in line with what you're saying, Andrew. In any sphere of business, there's got to be that congruency. There's got to be that. You've got to have those ethics behind what you do. And as you also look, it might start off slow, but I tell you what, once everybody else has faded and you're still standing there shining with the most integral person ever, then that's when the crowd will get behind you. And, you know, I really value what you're doing, and I really, you know, anybody listening in terms of coaching, it's so important that you have that congruency.
Well, a few of them are due are coming at retirement age, Mark, so hopefully that might help.
Cool. Thank you, Andrew.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
You're awesome.
Mark, can I just contribute one thing that I think may help a lot of people in this regard? Like, I believe you cannot give enough of yourself online. A lot of people are worried that if they say their best stuff in the public arena, if they blog about it, if they coach people and they record it, that then people won't want to work with you. But it's the exact opposite. I find give everything over and over and over, and you'll find that people want to work with you as a result. And I kind of found that out. Like, I wrote my first book, and all of a sudden, and I thought I gave everything in the book so that people could then go off and do what they wanted to do. But then what happened was everyone came to me and said, okay, what's next? Now, you know, I want to work with you one-on-one. And so I had to develop courses as a result, just to manage the number of people. And in your case, Andrew, it's really just get yourself out, like, make yourself a personal goal, you know, to talk to 10,000 people, or, oh, cute.
There you go, Mark. Yeah, I am listening.
No, it's not. Sorry, Serena, carry on.
So yeah, really give yourself a challenge. Like, if people are paying you and want to have private sessions, great, but also put the word out and say, okay, I'm going to do this challenge, and I'll do a free session with one person a week for 52 weeks. If you're willing to have the session be recorded and, you know, put on YouTube, and just give yourself over and over and over as many times as possible, because that's how people will get to know you. That's how people will know that you're authentic, and that's how people will know they want to work with you, because they know your work. So yeah, and I'd say that is the case for everyone. Like, give and give and give and give online, and you get in return.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and it's awesome, Serena, that you say that, because I don't think you were here at the beginning, and you're just echoing what I'm saying in the, like, with the group that I have. I work in personal development. I give my life to that group. I give everything. I'm up at whatever time of day, whatever it takes. I'm deleting comments every single morning. I go through, there's a list of about 30 people that try and join, and I look at their profiles. I don't want people just randomly spamming the group, because there's lots of different Facebook groups out there like that. And I'm giving my time to this group, and now I get to the stage where I don't have to market my work, because it all comes through my group. So it's exactly what you're saying, Serena. And when you feel like you're, you know, as you say, what else can I give? And yet they want more from me, and people are messaging me, and, you know, 2-3 people today, unexpected, they've now turned into my clients. I can't echo that strongly. That's such good advice for everybody listening. How much are you giving in online? How can you give online? And watch, as you do, watch those people turn into clients. Awesome.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
No worries. Lillian, are you there?
Hi, can you hear me?
We certainly can. Where are you based, Lillian?
I'm in London.
Oh, you're a Londoner too. You're in the UK
Yeah.
too.
Yes,
So
I
how,
am.
so, Lillian, I see you posted your website in the chat.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, I have. And my WordPress version that's currently in progress and giving me nightmares.
Why is it giving you nightmares?
It's just not doing what I want it to do.
And Lillian, sorry, how do I pronounce your surname? Because we had this problem earlier.
I think I lost so much I crashed on Firefox. It's Obogo.
Abogo. Did I nearly get it right?
Almost. You almost got it right.
Yeah, I think I said a bogo or something, didn't I? Okay, so very quickly, well, not very quickly, we've got time. So tell us what it is that you do, who your audience is, what your passion is, and then we'll talk about the problems that you're facing.
Okay, so what I do, well, the title I have on my business card is called the Sensuality Discovery Specialist. What I am what I'm passionate about is women. I am passionate about getting women back in touch with that sensuous, soft, feminine side that's also deeply powerful. I am passionate about women living a life where they get to show up and shine and they're awesome, whether in relationships, in their business, with their friends. I am passionate about a woman going into sexual relationships with no hang-ups. She's not playing other people's story. She's not working on some old idea of shaming and all of that nonsense. And I am passionate about leaving a legacy, not just for myself, but for other women behind me. And the fact that I know there are a lot of young girls who are being miseducated on what sexy, sensual, and sexual is. That's what I'm passionate about.
That's beautiful. And so, again, how are you reaching your audience? And what are the sort of conversions on your site in terms of those that are giving details for discovery call session?
Okay, so with my site, that site, I put that together, so I call it my Franken baby. If I'm really honest, I haven't really done anything in the last year because I went back to work full time, so I haven't had time for the business. However, what I find that I've been getting more, not from the site, but actually doing online, like my Twitter stuff. I do Twitter chats. I do webinars. I've done some webinars. I've done workshops. I hold my own workshops as well. And so I get more conversion from that. And so, but not enough, which is why I went back to work full time.
Okay. Okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah.
So just a few quick things on the website. To me, there's a lot of space, Lillian, a lot of unused space. Okay. So where we have this in the, so I'm looking at the homepage, and there's a picture of you, I presume, and yes. Do you allow fears and gremlins to stop you from showing up as a dynamic, powerful, and confident woman that you are? Okay, and so firstly, I would encourage making these questions bigger. Again, it's that process that I spoke about earlier. It's about when somebody comes to your website, you want to remind them of the problem that they have. Not only do you want to remind them, you want to aggravate it, and what that means is that you put them back in the state of the problem that they're experiencing. It's kind of an NLP technique in that we put them back in that state, and we do that congruently because we know that we're passionate about answering their problems and helping with their problems. So at the moment, with the text and the font that is used and the size, I've kind of really got to look into to really read that and try and figure that stuff out. So that's not clear enough. Straight away, I want to know, what is it that you do? So you've got Lillian and Obogo. Again, and then releasing your hidden potential. But to me, there's a mixed match of messages here. You've got releasing your hidden potential, and then you've also talked to us about women and sexuality and that confidence and self-esteem that comes around that. And then you've got this stuff at the side. Do you allow your fears and gremlins to stop you from showing up as a dynamic? What does that mean already? Before I even scroll down, remember you've got 7 seconds, probably more 4 seconds to really grab that audience, to really pull them into your website and who you are and what you do. before, without even scrolling down, I don't know what it is that you do, Lillian.
Okay. All right. So I need to clarify my message.
So real clarification of message, and that comes from who is your avatar? Where are they sitting online? What are they do? I love to go through this whole process where who is my avatar? What would my avatar be doing at the weekend? You know, where would they go? What places would they drink at? What meals would they have? To get even when I've in the past I've managed social media accounts for companies, and I've got to understand their avatar so much that I'm speaking online as that created image in my head of what their ideal avatar would be, and I'm speaking directly to them through my messages. So I need you to be stronger. I need you to ask direct questions, to be very specific about your message and what you do. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Because you've got and again I said earlier that I want you to come alive on this website. That the difference that makes people stand out is their personality, their character. People want to relate to you, not just a website. They want to relate to the person. They want to build that relationship with that person and to that person. And so a great way of doing that is getting a video up. You know, I talked earlier, again, it's a bit NLP, but our representational systems that people take in the world through their visual, the auditory, the hearing, their senses, what they feel. So some people say, you know, it feels to me like, or it sounds to me like. And if you're restricting people to just reading the text, then you're limiting the reach to your audience. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It does. Thank you.
And so you've got amazing personality, and women are really going to relate to that. So I want to see a video of you that will really touch people, that will really meet people, and will hit that auditory, will hit that kinesthetic in terms of how people feel and what people hear and how they make sense of the world. And so just by you being the amazing you, saying, girls, are you X? This is what I do in terms of my videos. Are you X? Are you experiencing Y? Hello, my name is Lillian, and this is what I do, and this is how I can help you. And please add your details below to receive X. Does that make sense? Is that clear?
Okay.
And again, your discovery call session, which is amazing, but you need to build a relationship before then. Again, a lot of people go in for that sell, and like I said earlier, it's like dating somebody and asking them to have sex with you on the first night. What is a discovery call session? I know you've said complimentary, reignite your sizzle, etc., but what is it? Like, what are the bullet points? What is making me going to go, hell yes, I need to stick my details in now because I want to talk to this woman? Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So just simply a video combined with this real grab, this real pull-in, a discovery call session will do X, will help you with Y, I'm going to give you Z, then already I'm sticking my details in and I am converting because this woman is amazing. Make sense?
Okay. Yes, it does.
And I've got some more to add, but
thank you.
I'm going to ask Serena to jump in because Serena will have some amazing value to add here. Serena?
You do the best intros, Mac. I always end up like cracking up before I have to say anything. Yeah, I totally agree with everything that Mark says. I mean, it's obvious that you're in progress. Is this a new site that you're just redesigning, or?
This is basically, I built that one, and I'm building a new WordPress version. So I want to move everything from that, because it's very limited, onto the WordPress, and I can add more things and add the videos properly.
So you're moving from WordPress.com to WordPress.org?
No, this is not a WordPress. This is it's hosted by my hosting account, but it's a Ucbw site, so that's why I call it Frank Baby. Okay. So I'm very limited what I could do with it, which is why I said, okay, create the WordPress version.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I mean, there's obviously a lot of little bits and pieces that you're working on here. I mean, I would because what you're selling is fairly unique, like how many people do you think would coach on the topics that you're coaching in? Is there much of an industry, or are you having to educate people in the need for these services?
There is a lot of people in the industry because what I teach on is self-confidence, self-esteem, flirtation work. I teach people how to flirt effectively, relationship issues, and I use a lot of NLP tools in that as well. So it's holistically starting with the woman inside out.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I would look at is basically, I mean, I feel for your business that it's very much a connection with people maybe seeing how you are and thinking, I want to be like that.
Absolutely.
And so your opportunities there, I mean, I think maybe with the topics it's probably a bit adult for high school, although a lot of those topics would be amazing for teenage girls. But you may start at a higher level, maybe at university or at business women's groups, anywhere where you'll find groups of women who are looking to achieve certain things or looking to get ahead in life, and arrange to do talks, arrange to step in on other people's groups and speak. I think you being able to share those and be the things that encompassing the things that you're teaching, I think will be very inspiring. And so again, I mean, how do you work with your clients? Is it like on a weekly basis, or do you fulfill certain goals?
It's on a one-to-one basis. I do group programs as well. And so basically I have programs that we can work through where we're working through specific things. The one-to-one program, we go through these 7 steps where we get rid of all the stuff, and then at the end of it, they get to go out and practice what they've learned.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, everything that Mark said about video, but I also think, like, if you can there are so many business mastermind groups and meetup groups and places where people congregate. And I think, I mean, I just did a few in Melbourne. Like, if you have the opportunity to stand up in front of a group of women and say, this is what I do and this is how I can help you achieve those goals. I mean, you seem like a very effervescent person, and I said that wrong. And I think your personality there is infectious. And I think having that connection where people can see you speak, even if it's just for 10 minutes, and then talk to you afterwards, and then that's when you can introduce your discovery call, then I think that would be a very powerful way for you to get clients.
All right, cool. Thank you.
And again, just to add to that kind of mentioned earlier about in your locality, similar but non-competing businesses. And so I think that a gym is a great place for you. Women that it's their first session at the gym, as part of that package, go and speak to the gym. As part of that package, can you add a free half-an-hour consultation? That obviously they're concerned about their body, they're concerned about their image, they want to grow in terms of confidence and self-esteem. So if you can develop a relationship with the gym so that you can give people a free session, a free half-an-hour session, then you're bang in there straight away with your direct target audience who really want to grow and add value to their lives in that area. They've already invested because they're investing in a gym. So it's not much of an extra sell to get them to take them to that next level because you're going to help them with that whole package. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Has this been helpful for you, Lillian?
It's been very helpful. I'm looking forward to our chat tomorrow as well. And what I'll do, I'll send you some old videos I have of me on YouTube.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Just before you go, Lillian, anybody in chat got anything to add to Lillian at all? We're just bringing Samson in as well. Lillian, I've asked them on chat, so please hang around for a few minutes and see what people respond as well. These guys are great in terms of adding their value. Thank you, Lillian. I'll speak to you soon.
You're welcome. Serena, you're so awesome. Thank you.
So you. Thank you. Samson.
Hello, can you hear me?
I certainly can. Sorry, you got ejected a few times. You were kicked out.
Yeah, I keep getting kicked out, but that's okay.
Well, you're here now. Dude, do you want to stick your website into the chat so that people are watching and listening? The site is Is it? Am I right? Yeah, samsonbuller.com.au. How's it going, man? Where's it at? What's the problem?
Well, actually, you caught me at a really kind of exciting time.
Yes.
Because the more I've been, because the more I've been coaching people, the more experience I've been getting, the more I've been finding out where my niche is at. So at this point, I really want to get my social kind of branding all lined up with the right message for my perfect kind of clients and the clients that I'll be working with and that kind of thing. So that's like getting my website, because everything at the moment is just being thrown up.
Yep.
When I first started my business, I just threw everything up, got all the copy together, and so it's very broad and vague, and so it doesn't really catch anyone or grab anyone. I just put it out there just to get everything started and running. So now, in terms of where I'm at, I need, well, I'm going through to, I'm writing the copy for my market and then putting it across my Twitter, Facebook, and website and LinkedIn.
Cool. Okay, just firstly, just taking a look at the site. Hopefully, anybody in chat has been able to look at that too. Just a few things, Samson. Again, what level would you say, again, for the purpose of people listening to, what level is education of what it is that you do?
What level is it at?
Do you feel that you have to educate your audience? Do they know what you do, or do you need to educate them?
So in terms of the NLP and the life changing and working around with beliefs, I'm actually I'm changing more to career because I've found a lot of people that I've been working with are stuck in their career, want to change to something that they're passionate about, or corporate people that want to start their own business. And it's all about those fears about moving out into the unknown and starting up their own thing, or moving or working for someone else in a way that has balance with them. So I think a lot of people know that area, and they know where they are in terms of that area. Like, oh shit, I've been working here for like 5 years, and I'm stuck here. What do I do next? But I'm so scared. I don't know if I should, look for something else. Or they're always, they're always looking online and checking out. Yeah.
So just pause you for a second. Serena's got to go. And I'm going to, on behalf of everybody, say a huge thank you to Serena for adding her value today. It's been amazing. Thank you, Serena. And just a reminder that when I send an email at the end of this session, everybody that's registered, I'm going to send you a link to Serena's books. And I totally encourage you wholeheartedly to buy them. Because I have, and she is absolutely amazing. So on behalf of everybody, thank you, Serena. You're a legend. Any final words, Serena? Put you on the spot.
Just thanks so much, Mark. It's been really great. It's great to talk to everyone and put some faces and voices to the names in the group. So yeah, cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Serena. Speak to you soon.
Ciao.
Thanks, Serena.
Samson, continue.
Yeah. So I found my target, and I'm pretty sure I don't really need to educate them where they are. It's mainly just the service. There is some education that I can do, which I will be building in the future. But for now, I really need to get my message right and really focus the words that are really going to hit my my avatar, if you could say. The person that I'm here to help. Right now, anyway. So.
Sure, and I think it's really important, Samson. The reason that I sort of mentioned that is that within the coaching world, we do these courses and we exist around, in some ways around coaches, and we all get inspired by people like Tony Robbins and that sort of content. But I think it's really important that we're making our content accessible in terms of the language to the everyday human being that we want to hit. So stuff like, I'm just looking at your site now, Samson Bull Unlimited You. What does that mean would be my question.
What does that mean?
Is breakthrough, is that accessible to me as a person? Limits, an everyday human being. Do I know what that means in terms of the coaching context? The limits that are holding you back, and I'm not negating everything you're doing, of course not. But I'm constantly thinking. My goal is that every every human being. I know the benefit of every human being having a coach. I know what it can do in their life, and I think us as coaches have to think, how do I make that language accessible to the everyday human being so that we can reach them on their level, so that they would want to buy into who it is that we are and what we do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's exactly right, and that's why I'm working really hard now to change all my copy, so that it's really focused in, so that the person that I'm talking, like the person that I'm going to be helping, will absolutely understand exactly where I'm coming from, and even get a better understanding of where they're at and how to move forward from that. And I'd like to just, because I had a couple of thoughts about what Serena and that was talking about earlier about giving. And giving everything that you got, especially even online, which I know the world's best marketers like Frank Kern and all them, they use that. It's actually like a law that they used for a long time, where they actually did studies, scientific studies around that, where the more that you give online, and if you just give and give and give and give, the more that people will feel not only comfortable and trusting, but they also will owe something to you. And that was really powerful for me when I learned that. Was that, is one of the things. So people feel obliged to become a part of that because you've given so much to them. It's a human nature to feel that way.
Absolutely. And look, let me add some thoughts and some value there, Samson. That again, I look, loads of people, obviously we fall into this trap of following the social media protocols. So we automatically now where's a Twitter page, where's a Facebook page, and all that sort of stuff. Google Hangout, Google Plus, and Pinterest, and whatever the hell is out there. But a huge missed market is developing your own group.
Yeah.
So your own Facebook group towards your specific audience. Because firstly, Facebook, and I've worked on Facebook for years as a social media consultant, and now, like I said earlier, no matter how big you build your Facebook page, that only 16% of that audience actually see your message. In a Facebook group, you've got a much wider. The Facebook groups are amazing. It feels like it's private. People feel like they can share more stuff and more real content. That you can, you post your message and a notification comes up. You have the ability to really engage and interact with people and share that content at that sort of free value. As I've said, I don't need to market myself anymore. My work comes through my Facebook group. I've spent so much time building that group. I get messages every single day, and to the extent where if I can't help somebody, I'll point them in the direction of somebody else. It's an amazing group that's been built, and I encourage anybody. What is your niche? Who is your market? What is your avatar? Is it weight loss? Is it confidence? Is it self-esteem? Is it career coaching? Is it fears and phobias? Develop a group. Ask your friends to join the group. Get them to join their mates to the group every single day. What themes am I creating? What videos can I put out? What the webinars can I do? And I guarantee that it's even easier for you guys. I'm working with coaches, and I put a lot of my time into kind of reaching out to coaches through Facebook and encouraging to join the page. And now that's kind of starting to happen automatically. But for you guys, your market is the public, right? So there's an even greater world, and I have to find people, who are coaches, who are self-employed, who, all that kind of stuff. But you guys, it's the everyday, ordinary public, and so you can really reach out to them. You can really add value. You can really give your content, and suddenly you find that, as we've said before, that when you give, then they want more. If this, I get this all the time. Mark, if your content is so amazing in the group, what's it like to be your client? What's it like to get that to that extra level? And look, it really is this undervalued thing that nobody's doing. That such small people are doing. And guys, if I was listening online, get out there, start building a group, start giving that content to your group. And You guys have seen it on my group. My clients are the most amazing people because they state, Mark is great. I work with Mark. He's changed my business. Mark's got me in the media. Mark. And they're doing it for me in this environment where these people within that group are my target market. So when you get your client, I don't pay them to do it. I don't ask them to do it. They just do it. And that's that whole thing, is positioning yourself as an authority. One of the main reasons, apart from Serena's awesome wisdom, in terms of me looking at a book deal, which I'm looking at, my book deal is along the lines of how to turn your life experience into a $6-7 income. It's because these publishers are looking at this group that I've created. I am becoming an authority within a very fast-growing group on Facebook, within a market that within Facebook, similar groups to mine that you guys might be in, full of spam, full of MLM, full of crap, and I monitor that stuff and I get rid of it and I try to add value. If you replicate that, I guarantee you start building this profile and people start talking on your behalf, and you don't have to go and spend money on marketing because this free group, this free stuff, they're doing it for you. I've spent 8 months building my Facebook group, and I don't need to do any marketing anymore.
Yeah, so it's mainly just a lot of yeah, and so because at the moment I'm also working full time. And there's that, and obviously you're working full-time as well. I've got my full-time job, and then afterwards I see my clients at night time, and then update my Facebook, and then go to my website, and then figure out what I'm going to do next to my business. And it's a very full-time thing, and so it's building upon those foundations and stuff like that. But I really believe at the moment it's just that my message is a bit too vague, and it's not catching anyone's attention. It's not hitting anyone's buttons. It's not. And that's and I'll be attracting more people to my website, and when I want them to go to my website, it's okay now. It's vague, they can get some kind of feel about what I do, but they're not really too sure. But that's why I'm really going to change the copy on that, so it's really powerful message to the right people, specific people.
Absolutely.
I'm going to take that advice and build the group around. Do you want to get out? Do you want to jump ship? Do you want to get out of your job? Do you want to go into your purpose? Do you want to
and just some other things there, Samson. In terms of your slider on your website, it's got one-to-one coaching, ongoing coaching for sustainable, lasting results. Again, I have to endorse this process of awakening people to the problem, aggravating the problem, and then you being the solution to the problem. So everyday terms, stuff like, again, it's showing me now, is it time for your breakthrough? What does that mean? So are you fed up with your career? Do you want to build a different lifestyle for yourself? Do you want more time with your family? Whatever it is within your world, and for those listening, that makes people go, yes, that is me. Instantly you're relating to them because you're hitting the spot that is really important to them at that time. So you're instantly building rapport with them. And again, is your video you, Samson, I assume?
No, the video is just a little cartoon.
No, these videos that are cartoons piss me off. I'll be honest. They go around. I see them all the time with small businesses and whatever, and it's this little video because everybody knows that video is good, but it's essentially it's a cop out because it's just being a video. It provides no content. What I want to see, Samson, is you. I want to see your passion. I want to see. I want to see you. So again, in the video, aggravate the problem. Guys, do you feel X? Is this going on in your life? Have you experienced Y? Hello, my name's Samson Bula, and this is what I do, and this is how I can help you. If you add your details right now to this box, I will instantly give you 10 tips to Y. And why the hell would I not do that? You've just grabbed my attention. You sound like you know what I'm going through. I want to know the answers that you have to my problem. Why would I not want to? A little video.
Being the painkiller rather than the vitamin.
A little video with a cartoon. Look, I can turn the TV on and watch Peppa Pig. I'm pushing buttons for the sake of it, but you get my point, right?
Yeah.
again, talk to me through the process. When I sign up to create your own success, what happens now?
When you sign up to that, because I don't really understand email marketing, I've got my Aweber there, and it's just a double opt-in, so nothing really. Just like people could email me, I email them back, saying and start talking to them. Because I have a double opt-in, the people that have gone to my website, that have gotten the book, has only been about 20 people, but out of those 20 people, I've had about 10 people come and do coaching with me. But that's because but the traffic that's going there is not going from online, it's going from me talking to them one-on-one in person. So they're getting already that personal experience of me and how I can help them in my real-life passion. Then they're going to my website. So in terms of like online stuff, I haven't done too much online stuff. I've been getting more of my clients are coming through offline, which I feel because more people want that experience right before they go for a coach, which they can see me, and that's I think in terms and so I'm working on my online stuff, but at the moment what's been quite successful for me is just people will meet me, they're like, oh, you're pretty cool, I like you, what do you do? Oh, that sounds awesome, I think I need that, let me come in, we'll just start some sessions.
Awesome. Let me just add a few more things. Firstly, guys who are watching, who are listening, if you want to jump in and be after Samson, please add your, let me know in the chat. If nobody wants to, then we'll end early. That's cool. But if you want to get involved and be next in the hot seat, then stick your name or say yes, me, Mark, whatever. Samson. So that process, firstly, I would get rid of double opt-in.
Okay.
So and I have on my site. So guys, for those listening, double opt-in is where you stick your details in and then you receive an email that says, thank you for subscribing to Samson Bula and Peppa Pig. If you'd like to receive more from Samson Bula and Peppa Pig, please click the button. Please let us know, essentially. And it gets lost in spam. People forget to do it. People go off and don't bother doing it. And on Aweber, you can get rid of that. So you can get rid of that double opt-in. So as soon as they stick their details in, they're in your system. They're there. And then the follow-up is all about building relationships with them. So I encourage everybody, 52 weeks of emails, 1 email a week. This is the free content. This is the stuff that you're giving them. You're giving them so much free stuff that again they're like, why would I not pay for this guy? Because the next level, damn, what's that like? That must be amazing, right? So, it might be, 1 week it might be 3 ways to X. It might be, how to do Y, how to jump up the career ladder, how to create that lifestyle, lifestyle design, whatever it is, just that content, take them through that system. And look, it sounds like a lot. You don't have to write 52 weeks up front. You only need to be a week ahead of the person that's registered, right? You only need to be a week ahead of your system, and you set it up on Aweber so that it automatically goes out. A week later, it goes out. So by the time you created that, you built that system. You don't need to do it again. So that every time somebody signs up, oh, Samson's popped up again. What's Samson saying to me today? What value can I get from Samson? And of course, then you start to add, P.S., did you check out my ebook that's available for $39.99? Or I'm running this special promotion where you can get X for this amount of money. Or how about, did you think about my coaching session? Because people are really digging that right now. And this is the testimonies that people are saying about my coaching sessions. It's about not being in their face in the wrong way, but giving them the solutions, meeting them where they're at, building that relationship, not asking them to sleep with you on the first night. It's about developing that relationship. Secondly, the other thing I want to say for you, Samson, is what is it that you can create in your area? Again, people go to, it drives me insane, people go to journalists, local journalists, and they say, oh, look, I've got this great book. Or I'm a coach. Basically, what you're saying to the journalist is, look, I don't want to pay for your advertising, and so will you write a free article about me or my book or my product? And what I want you to do is not charge me for this, and then send all your clients all your readers to buy my stuff. Would you mind doing that?
So what's one of the really smart things that I've done in my area, especially, is there is a couple of people that run like Queensland Business Group, right? Queensland Business Group.
Yeah.
All the networking events, you'll notice who the people are that have been around, like the gatekeepers to big groups. You know, the ones that are always like Queensland Business, like over 5,000 businesses there and stuff like that. I coached the two founders of that business.
Mm.
And so in that business, they promote me in there. For Brisbane, all the people in Brisbane, if you need coaching, they just say, "Oh, Samson's great. He's bloody awesome, really good guy." So like finding like in networking groups like Meetup.com, it's really big in Brisbane, with like entrepreneurs and all sort of stuff. Get to know the organizers and go and talk to them. Go and speak to them and get on their good side and just ask them, "How can I help you?" You know, like go and meet them, create an authentic relationship with these people.
Absolutely.
And don't go out and expect anything. Just go out to help them, and you'll notice that they'll just be like, "Yeah, he's just a great guy," you know.
Absolutely. Yeah, great guy. Loves Peppa Pig. He's amazing. I totally agree with you. But look, I encourage everybody to go bigger. What is bigger? Like it's all like Serena said that I reiterate all the time. It's about becoming an authority. It's about establishing yourself as an authority so that people hear about you. They want to know more about you. They want to buy your products. They want to be coached by you because you're in the local media, you're on the radio, whatever. You know, it's about how can you do that. So, for example, it's Jackie. Thank you for joining us. Hope it's helped. And any questions, ask them in the Facebook group. I work at personal development, and we will jump on board and respond. Thank you for being here, Jackie. Samson, so it's all about what is it that I can create. I want you guys to be the story. So, for example, you know, what about this concept that is Breakthrough Brisbane? It's a total free day where you're going to allow anybody in Brisbane that wants to break through the shit in their life, you're going to give them a morning. That morning might be in the city centre. You might do it live in the city centre and have permission to do so. But you are sick of hearing that people in Brisbane, they haven't got jobs, they haven't got confidence, they haven't got partners, they're single, they're not happy, they haven't got money. Fuck, you're not you. You are Samson Buller, and you're sick of this shit in Brisbane, so you're going to do something about it.
Yeah.
Breakthrough Brisbane. How many lives can we break through in one morning, in one afternoon in Brisbane? You're going to get in touch with the local newspaper and listen to this. Because it's Brisbane focused, because it's focused on your locality. Yes, journalists are going to say yes. Of course we are. You are giving them a story on their plate. On the plate. This is pure fodder for them. Why would they not do this? Why would they not follow it? Instantly radio, instantly newspaper, instantly TV. TV cameras live. What the hell is this guy going to do? He said he's going to change the lives of Brisbane. Fuck, he's making a big statement. How's he going to do it? And then, you know, again, what you want to do is you want to say, right, for example, Jesus, people pay me for this shit, Samson. So a website, Breakthrough Brisbane, get people to go to the website, stick in their details, collecting data, databases. 1,000 people of email addresses is worth $1 million, right? 1,000 is worth $1 million. So you've launched Breakthrough Brisbane, and you're saying to people, right, head to my website, describe to me what your life is before this day, before this morning. Tell me. And you see it on the website as a cloud tag or comments. You know, Jill says that she's pretty lonely. You know, Bob says that he hates his fucking job and his boss is an idiot. You know, okay, now Breakthrough. After Breakthrough, you've got 100, you've got, 1,000 people, whoever it is. And then you say to these guys, right, you've had this session, head over to my website and tell me now, this week, what your life is like, what you've experienced, what you are going through. Suddenly you've created this buzz and this energy around you. So not only have you got the story of the event, you've then got follow-up. You've got these amazing stories. By the process of numbers and those people attending, you know what it's like. It's that NLP. It's that they've by their very presence being there, they've decided that a change is going to happen in their mind, their head, their heart. They've made that commitment already. So you're just taking them through the amazing process that Samson Bullet is amazing at. So you're going to get people saying, my confidence soared, I quit my job. That day I met this girl and, you know, we're now dating. This is because of you. Thank you. And then you go back to the media. These are the stories. They do the follow-up. They speak to the guy that's met the girl who's now getting married. You know, they speak to the guy that's quit his job and he's launched his business. This is Breakthrough Brisbane. So every single one of you, what is the idea? How can you create a story around you? How can you be the story that the media want to follow? I did that with a business called Tribe Wanted, for those of you that don't know. I leased a 200-acre island in Fiji. I was on my backside. My marriage was over. My money had gone. I was moved in with my parents at the age of 26. I leased a 200-acre island. I wanted to create a story that I was the center of attention of. I was in 200 media outlets around the world: Good Morning America, Today Show, New York Times, Sydney Morning Herald, South China Morning Post, Romanian newspapers, crazy. And it was filmed for 18 months. It became a five-part primetime TV show. I created a concept that I was the center of the story of. It totally turned my life around, and nobody's doing this, guys. And PPC is important, Google ads, Facebook ads, all amazing. If you can create a story around what you do and become an authority in that way, Samson, you could quit your job. You will have the resources, you will have the coaches, you will build the membership sites. Those stories you will be asked to share at speaking events. You'll become a public speaker. You'll be asked to write a book because you've just broke through a whole entire city. You know, this is the level that I want you guys thinking of, because if you do and you action it, it will transform your lives, it will transform your business, and more importantly, you'll transform many, many other lives in the process. I know I've gone on a bit there. Samson, what do you think?
I think that's excellent. I think I need to go change my underpants though. This is pretty.
Is that because I was talking so long, Samson? Or,
that's big. And I mean, that's really, I really like the way how you put it. You know, be the story. You know, like be the story, because I remember when we were doing the launch for New Year's Revolution. And doing all the media stuff. So I tried to write a media thing for it, and I sent it out to lots of places, and I didn't get any kind of response. But now that I see the way that you're talking about it now, it's an absolutely different ballgame altogether. It's like create a story that just is a continuous story, and you're at the center of that thing. Something interesting that other people would like, you know, like watching a movie or something, like create that movie and just like let it out there, and then create it in real life, you know. And that's where the power is. That's where that brand's going to come. That's where that energy is and stuff like that. And that was really boss. What you were saying just now is really cool.
And as I say, if people grasp this, if you do this and rise that challenge, it's easy. You know, it takes a bit of balls, it takes a bit of confidence. But you guys are coaches. You have that confidence. You can take yourself to that next level. And seriously, then you will get people. I do this with clients all the time. You know, and then you'll get people from the nearby area saying, well, what can you do for us? And what can you do for us? And then you start sharing your story across Australia. And, you know, and that story just grows and develops. Journalists are sick, and my mates are journalists. They are sick of just getting these press releases about ebooks and about books and about coaching and about, they get it all the time. So spot on. Be the center of your own story, and if you get that, you've totally turned your business around.
Awesome.
And on that, again, just, you know, if you have that locality in the title of Breakthrough Brisbane, for example, you know, get that domain name, breakthroughbrisbane.com. Journalists are like, it's my locality, why would I not do that? Of course I'll follow that story.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, good idea.
How many we've got left online? We've got, this is 6 attendees for viewers. Guys, is there anybody else that'd like to jump in? If you don't, that's cool. Me and Samson can just chat all night. It's good to catch up with you, Samson.
That's good.
Some Fiji stuff to talk to you about as well.
Some good news there too. Great.
Oh, let's set up a private Skype.
Okay.
I'll message you. Guys, that was amazing. Mark, your energy is contagious. Thank you so much, Marie. Marie, would you like to jump in? Would you like to be in the hot seat? Let me know. Anybody else like to jump in and be in the hot seat? Samson, you're a guy of wisdom. Have you got anything to share with these guys? Share with me your nugget.
My nuggets. I think what I've been finding lately from my experience and going out there and meeting a lot of other people that are successful is really to just align yourself. Like if you're not someone that's a star that can go out and you know and do that, but you might have a great story or something. Align yourself with people like Mark. Or if you're not really good with the systems or something like that, find someone that really loves doing systems and go out there and, you know, give something that can give so much value to them that they'll just want to do your systems for you. Because I know, you know, as a coach, as someone that's doing things by myself, you know, I'm not particularly good at doing systems and stuff like that. I'm more great at creating ideas in terms of like how a business model is and how business should run and stuff like that. I'm great with that. Mark's fantastic at marketing, attracting people, brand attraction. Operations, admin, not good at admin. So I hire a virtual assistant. They do all the admin and stuff like that I need. You know, take care of that and email people and different things. But this really is get to your core, be balanced, be really authentically you, because people want you. There's an audience out there for you specifically.
Absolutely.
You know, people are out there and they're waiting for you to help them. They're waiting for you to change their life, you know, just by you being yourself and authentic.
And let me just, if I can just jump in, because you made some really amazing points, and I want to add 2 points to that. Firstly, like I want to say, like, encourage people to quit fucking around with, you know, oh, my product and is it right and whatever. There are people out there that need you to get your product out there. You're the answer to the problem that they're facing. And you know, this is the leverage for me, that when I'm stalling with a product, that there are people out there who are in tears, who are at home, they're stressed, you know, they're really struggling, and yet I know that I have the product that will change their lives. So if I'm holding that, if I'm carrying that, how dare I not release that and sort of change the lives that need to be changed as a result. That's really important. And secondly, you said about the work that you do, and I know, you know, you say that your full-time job and you're doing your coaching and stuff as well, and it's so easy to think I don't have the money and therefore I need to do everything. But you know, in my experience, your energy and attention goes in the direction of your passion, and so if you give away the stuff, get other people to do the stuff, and you know, you can get on Fiverr to design stuff. Virtual assistants can be really cheap, but when you are focused on your core stuff, that's where your energy is, that's where your passion is, and the clients come as a result of that, and the money flows as a result of that. So people just bottleneck their own businesses because they try and do everything, and they're so stuck with and overwhelmed with the stuff that they can't do, or they're not successful or confident in doing. Work towards your strengths, work towards your passion, and that's what you're so excited about it, that you give your double time. You've released the stuff that you don't need to do the baggage.
It doesn't even feel like work. It doesn't even feel like work. It just feels like it just feels like, yes, this is what I'm meant to be doing. I can be doing this all day, all night. I don't even need to eat. Can just do it.
and your public, your audience see that. It's in your blogs, it's in your Facebook pages, and your work grows exponentially as a result than if you'd have held on to it and tried to do it all yourself, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, go on.
Oh, and I was just going to say, yes, just go out and meet people in your local area. Like, you know, everyone's been saying tonight as well. That's such a powerful thing too, is meeting people in real life. Because you know, they might have huge blogs, they might start writing things about you, and it just ripples out from there. Other people, you know, are your opportunity to help other people. I think that kind of sums it up. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Samson. I think we're going to end on that as well. That's a really cool place to end. Thank you, Samson. Thank you, everybody, for listening, for engaging, for commenting. Again, thank you to Serena. I'm going to send details of her book to you guys. And just as you leave, I'm going to point you guys in the direction. You guys know I bang on about this Life Change Leadership Academy. I'm so passionate. You guys have commented about my passion tonight, and I'm pouring my heart, my energy, and everything into providing these webinars and courses in the Life Change Leadership Academy. There's an amazing offer for you guys, a lifetime's membership for $300. I charge an hour for $200. So it's incredible value that I'm really giving to you guys, and I'm going to send you to a link that enables you just to register your interest. We haven't launched yet, but if you register your interest, you'll be the first to hear about the Academy and get that special limited time offer when we do launch. And I know that it's going to be of so much value to you guys, and you guys are telling me already how much this stuff is great for you, so how much even better does it get? Samson, thank you so much. I'll chat to you on Facebook and we'll connect privately. Again, to see any final questions. Oh, hold on. Mostly, Marie, mostly my questions have been answered. I was wondering, though, with the give. Marie, if you'd like to finish that question, that'd be really cool. Please, yeah, feel free if anybody's got any questions. We are wrapping up, but, you know, quick question each from anybody would be awesome. Marie, oh, here we go. Mostly my questions have been answered. I was wondering, though, with give to clients, when should we not be too available to create demand? When should you not be too available to create? I see, to create demand. Okay, cool. Look, again, Serena said it. I said it, Marie, in my group. You know, give, and you've got to limit. Of course, you've got to limit yourself to a degree. Have a content plan. So you guys know that within I work at personal development, I have themes each day, and we stick to those themes. I jump on every now and then. You can automate that process, Marie. So, like I was saying to Samson, that with your autoresponders, when people come to your site and they give their email address to receive your ebook or whatever it is, that you then add value. So every single week you chuck them an email with new nuggets of information, little bits of information, little bits of relationship building, little bits of wisdom that you know will transform their lives, that will hook them into wonder what else is next, what is the next level, you know. Build the membership site. The Life Change Leadership Academy is a membership site. I'm going to be doing one-to-group content on there where every single day right now I have clients, coaches that I work with one-to-one, and I'm telling them the same stuff. So I'm going to put this in a group context so that in order to get time with me, it will cost you $200 an hour, $300 for a year's membership. Amazing, right? So, yes, I hear what you're saying, Marie, and there has to be that level, but you find that. And look, the more you give within your limits, you know, have an hour a day where you create content that's free, or spend an hour a day posting on your group or on your Facebook page, but have those limits around it and allow people to be hungry for more because of the wisdom that you're chucking out. The core concept there, the core theme there that's really important is don't guard your stuff. Don't feel like I can't give anything away because people, you know, should buy it, otherwise, you know, they don't get anything. It doesn't work. Your business will be over within 12 to 18 months. I've seen it time and time again. Give, and you, out of an overflow, you will get so much more. Awesome. I hope that helps, Marie. Any questions on? Please do continue. Sorry, Samson. I know I'm holding.
I was just saying, Terry's.
Towards or away from, what do you think? Motivation towards or away from. Terry, I'll ask Samson in a minute. I presume you're meaning, do you encourage people to reach towards a goal that they want to change in their life, or to move away from that they don't like in their life? So they might have a pain against finances. You know, they might have experienced poor finances as a kid, and therefore, do you highlight that experience to them of what's it like to not have money, and use that as a driving force that they move away from? Or, you know, you want to live in the house, the amazing house, or you know, you want the, I don't know, the holidays or whatever. Terry, for me, it really does depend on the individual. Like we all work on a different sort of representational system, we all have this towards or away from. A lot of stuff in NLP, a lot of stuff in coaching, people always say, you know, it's always got to be about don't have people focus on the bad stuff We don't want to highlight the bad stuff. Look, I kind of think that's bullshit because people work differently. Some people are driven by, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be that person that I was that was addicted to alcohol, or that you know wasn't good in relationships, or was stuck in a dead-end job, and they use that as the force to move forward in their life. They move away from those things that they don't want to be. Or, you know, I'm very much towards, I have a vision, I have a goal, I have a desires for the sort of, I know what sort of house I want to work with, you know, live in, you know, the sort of lifestyle I want to live, and I work towards that. And so there isn't this either or. It really depends on the client that you have and the person that you work with. Samson, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I was just going to add to that is that's exactly kind of the point. But there have been studies that have shown that more people, majority of people are motivated by a way. So in marketing, there's like, you know, the painkiller or the vitamin. So like Mark talked about before, is that you have a problem that you solve for the people, you exaggerate the problem, right? Or you in a congruent way, you make the problem seem a bit bigger. And this is those people, they'll go, that are really away from motivated. Then you go from there to solutions and results that you provide, and that's it moves from painkiller where most people are at and moves them towards the solution. Yeah.
Absolutely. And Terry, you make a good question. So yes, like when you work on a client one-to-one basis, you get to understand whether they are towards or away from, because you're having that relationship with them. You know what's making them tick. You know what's driving them. Within your marketing messages, absolutely. Facebook, you know, want to live the life of your dreams. That's towards. You know, you might have something that's sick and tired of the way that you're living your life. That's away from. And within that marketing, both on Facebook ads or whatever, even in blogs, I would have blogs, 5 ways to, you see blogs that are like 5 ways to do X, and then things like 5 things that successful people never do, or how not to live the life of your dreams, or, you know, you play around that language because you've got to meet those. It's like understanding. You know, it's the same thing as using your sensory acuity to understand people's different representational systems, and how, you know, and mirroring and matching and all that sort of stuff, you know, in that sort of coaching world. You don't want to limit your audience. You want to hit them where they're at. So, you know, again, it's blogs about motivating towards, blogs about away from, and then you've covered a wide base during that process. Terry, I hope that answers your question. Samson, anything to add to that before we shoot off?
No, good, mate. Thanks, and just thanks for having me on, and thanks for asking about my website. It's great talking to you, and I got a lot of value out of this, so this is really awesome. And everyone, join up to the Leadership Academy.
Awesome. Thank you. And guys, we're gonna head off now. I still haven't had my tea yet, and I'm hungry. If you have any questions whatsoever, please head over to the I Work in Personal Development Facebook group. I'll be on that tonight, and I will answer questions. And look, if you want to connect with me on Facebook, send me a message. It'd be great to chat to you guys. I'm going to send you over to this link. If you haven't registered yet, please, you don't have to pay now. It's just registering your interest to hear about to be the first to hear about the Life Change Leadership Academy and to get that amazing $300 lifetime offer. Thank you, Samson. You rock. I'm going to speak to you tomorrow. And thank you, everybody, for giving up an hour and a half of your time. I've loved every minute of it. I love working with you guys, and it's you guys that drive me to do what I do. So thank you so much, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Thanks, Samson. Bye. So I've never found out how much you got. And what money did you get? How much? $5. Right. 500. No. What? No. How much? 5,000. Serious? Yeah. Right. It's amazing. That's why you It's amazing if you don't, you can just chuck that into savings off the mortgage or whatever you want to do. Who was the first buy? Down, please. Down! Down! It was a really good buy. Yeah. I'll go back to without a doubt. It works too closer. Yeah. It works as normal government. And it works right off the way. It's not working for the like, oh, it's too good for money. That's amazing. 5,000. Really hard. I'm trying to find a balance between them. Huh? It's really hard. I'm trying to find a balance between being sort of authority that's open and support other people and promote them. So, Serena was on this campaign. So my God. Serena's on the hangout, she's absolutely amazing. I'm going to ask her to jump in and she's happy to jump in and give people a part too. You guys have got and then our content is good. So I feel like I've got to take it up to the next level. Salad. He's making such an association to the TV show from Roger Hill. That doesn't make sense. Why would So why do you think it was down? Still. Then you've got to start accepting it. I was so angry. I was so angry. All I could think of was like, if I pay too much extra, what am I going to get paid for next year? You know, charging you for additional, get a really good salary, and they charge you with extra, not more. That's a great way to flip things. Amazing. Oh no, hold on, I got it wrong. Re-explain it. I'm sorry. This is really nice to be able to do HR. Sorry? To be able to do HR. It was really good. I would pay those. Sorry? Yeah, no, but I would pay something with them. This we've been living together. They're on our taxes. They're a couple. And he goes, well, what's her name? Oh, I'm so sorry. And I told you, that's okay. If you, I thought that was quite good to make it short. But I mean, if you're quite a shy guy, and it was horrible. He goes, oh, really sorry. And I was like, no, that's fine. What you're really saying is I'm too masculine. Yeah. Actually, he had like a proper laugh over that. Like you could see him like just typing away after that, and he was like, "This is the chuckle." Oh, really? That was a tame discussion, Mark. It got me angry because I looked at my details. I didn't keep a level of notes, and I looked at my details afterwards, and we agreed that out of 5 hours, he had 3.5 hours left. Yeah. That was agreed on an email. Was it? Yeah, I'm gonna read it. So you can get fucked. Huh? No, because he wasted half an hour of time tonight, so he's not getting that back. No, that just made me go. You can get fucked. No, it's just echoes, isn't it? You start stressing about like, fuck, what if he wants his money back? I don't want to give it. What's he gonna put online? All that kind of stuff. And it doesn't mean that you're also like. Oh, you don't have to end it in a horrible way. Oh no, but it also means that you don't pull your pants down and bend over and take up the outside. But no. Wait. David, down. Up down. I think this is broken. And then I'm done. I'm knackered. Nearly. I will do in a minute. That's what it's there for. That's what it's there for.
Oh, I didn't get the milk.
I'm sorry, honey. Can you tell me with height?